Hello, 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 and welcome to this YouTube channel. My name is Jameelah, and I am a master manifester, and I'm sure you are too if you're watching content like this. The name of this channel is Manifesting Magic the Practical Way, because I do talk about a lot of practical complementary attitudes and practices that we put in place that boost the manifestations and boost the magic in our lives way more than what we believe, right? I've known a lot of people for a lot of years with a lot of magic in their lives, but no consistency. So the importance of consistency and being a little bit practical when you're manifesting is definitely something that I pay attention to. What I'm discussing today is knowing that you are enough, knowing that you have enough, right? So I've recently been on the other side of the fence when it comes to people getting hired for jobs and doing interviews, right? I never was a person that did interviews. I did it before back in the day in another position I had, but I never really liked doing interviews. First of all, I felt like they were boring because the questions were like monotonous little questions. And another thing about it, I never felt as though I was a good judge of character because I never really cared about people's hard skills, like whether or not they had the skill set to do the job. But more so, I cared more about who they were as a person. So I found myself always looking for something different out of the people than the people who were with me. I'm just like, there's a quality you need to find in people when you want them to do a specific job. But, you know, a lot of people are like, skill set. Do they even know how to do that? It doesn't really matter. They can learn that stuff in 5 minutes, right? As long as they're willing and they're, you know, they can catch on. So what I noticed in this process, though, is that people often feel like they don't have enough or like they aren't enough. There was a lady in the last interview that we had. She was actually hired for the position. And she kept saying how she wasn't going to apply. I wasn't going to even apply because, well, I don't have a college degree. And, you know, and I didn't even know the job didn't require a college degree. I assumed everything at the college level did, but apparently it didn't. But I mean, one of the things I was thinking, I was like, she spent a lot of time talking about how she wasn't enough, right? And I think that can seem like being humble or humility, or seem like humility to other people, but it is a lot of detracting from where you are. Knowing that you have enough and that you are enough, I don't believe it's important to run around telling people what you don't have all the time as a way for them to find out from you first as opposed to anybody else or whatever reason you're doing it for. And so what I noticed in those environments is that so many people walk in feeling like the position or what they're aiming for or what they're trying to do is so much better than them, right? And you're expected to act like the environment is better than you because they allowed you to come in and do this work for them. And you get paid for it. A very transactional and even playing field type of interaction that we've made somehow a hierarchical interaction, and the people giving the job is more important than the people going to go do the job. And I was like, man, that's completely off. I was like, the company that is hiring, because you can go do that job for anybody, anywhere, right? If you're good at it, you can go be good anywhere you want. But the company that's looking for that person is way more indebted to who they bring in as a person that's interviewed. And they should be way more grateful that somebody's coming in to make their company better or to improve their company to some degree, right? So we have to get off of the mindset that somebody is giving us something or doing us a favor when we're qualified for something and we have enough and we've done enough and we know that we can handle the position or we can handle what is being asked of us, right? It's so common to be in a mindset of, well, those people over there are better than me. They have more than me. They've done more than me. They've created more than me. They've understood more than me about this subject matter or whatever it is. And so therefore, I don't deserve to go into that way. Well, how do you think they got there? They got there because somebody said, here, come do this thing. And while they didn't have any experience in it yet, they started working in that direction. And now they have a whole bunch of stuff to throw on their websites, to throw on their resumes, if they're a consultant, to tell their clients, right? So you have to keep that in mind, that wherever you are and whatever you have, if something piques your interest and it's a position, a job, or an entrepreneurship or an opportunity that you think you can do, and you've seen people that are similar to you, you feel, doing the same thing, the biggest thing that we can do to manipulate or kill our manifestations is to start believing that we don't have enough and that we aren't enough and that we don't deserve it. And none of those things are true. Matter of fact, I would argue that in this day and age, most people have more than enough experience, more than enough wisdom, more than enough attitude and energy to handle any position that they're trying to go up for and trying to we're trying to run a business and all, because now we have so many tools at our disposal to make those things happen in a much easier kind of fluid sort of way, right? We don't have to work so hard to get things done as a business owner or even as a single mom, right? I find myself, not single anymore, but I find myself Ubering food and all. And I was just thinking, like, if my mom had this luxury, a lot of frustration at the end of the day about what everybody was going to eat and stuff that I remember would have been gone. So now everything we do these days have such an easier slant to them. What we have to spend our time on is getting our minds in the right place and getting our mindset to believe this is important, this is what I want, this is what I value, and I'm going after it, right? If you value freedom to some degree, then you value things where freedom is attached. You value peace, you value things where peace is attached to it. You value beauty, you value things where beauty is attached to it. You understand what it is that you value and what excites you, right? So you don't get all caught up in, oh, but I'm not good enough. Oh, but what will they say? Oh, but what about the other people? They have so much and they've done so much. You go, no, I can handle it. If someone opened that door and gave me that opportunity, I would make the best of it. I would learn. I would get a mentor. I would be a mentor. I would make sure that I was learning and growing and expanding all the time to create exactly what it is I want to create in my life. And then to do that, you have to start believing that you have enough and that you are enough. Because the quicker you can get to the place of you are enough, the faster you can get to those manifestations and create the life you choose. Because as long as you're feeling like it's something that belongs to other people or that belongs to someone that has more experience or that deserves it more in some kind of way, you're never going to be in a position to where you're ready to take that blessing and do what needs to be done with it and develop it and evolve it and be the perfect vessel for it, right? So, nonetheless, I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful day. And just remember, you are enough. You have enough. You've done enough. Go for it. If you haven't gotten enough in somebody's eyes, you'll have enough in somebody else's eyes. Go for it. And if you're lacking something big, the people you go for it with, they'll tell you, well, we would have chosen you, but you're lacking this big thing. Then go get that thing. You know, there's always a way through. There's always a way to the manifestations and creating a life we choose. There's always a way to that freedom, the abundance, the peace, the romance, the travel, all that stuff. Relationships, being good mothers, being good sisters, being good aunts, being good nieces, being good moms. There's always a path to it. But if you start off with, I don't have enough and I have to go do this and go get this and go get more, you're always going to be in that position. And everybody you're going to run into, they're going to, guess what? Confirm you're not enoughness all the time, because that's what the world does. It confirms what we already believe of ourselves. Anyway, I hope y'all are having a wonderful, wonderful day. Great Monday. I don't know, I'm hitting this mic, probably making noise. And yeah, let's go get some stuff done today. Let's go work things out. Let's go see what we can shake up and get done. Have a wonderful, wonderful day.